Hello guys, and welcome back to Great Britain for the third time this season here. We've already been to Brands Hatch, we've been to Silverstone, and if we count last season there in Formula B, this is the fourth time we're going to be visiting the British Islands in these past two seasons, and so far I have yet to score a single point and register a better finishing position than P19. Britain hates me, that's what it is. Oh my god. I guess there's only one way to go, and that's up. All right, let's see what we got here today. And at least this year, the weather is looking kind of nice here. We had an absolute rainstorm last season there at Donington. Hopefully, it's not going to end up like that again. Anyway, cutting right to the chase here. This is going to be our first lap here in the qualifying session. Not a very good lap by any means here, but we're coming out on the finishing straight here. We'll have to see where this takes us. Cool the brakes, cool the brakes. Always cool the brakes with these guys here. All right, 111 so far. P22, are you kidding me? All right. This is going to be our second lap here. See if we can improve on that atrocious first lap there. Hopefully, we're going to be able to keep pace here with these guys because so far we've not been able to. P8 so far. Okay, that's a little bit better here, but still, I think there's a lot of room for improvement on this particular lap. And again, as you can see, we almost lose the car here coming through turn 1. Obviously, that is not going to help this lap either. So, jumping ahead to lap 5 here. Haven't been in to refuel the car. We have about 10 seconds remaining in the session. This is going to be our last-ditch effort. But coming into the S's here, we kind of miss our braking point there. Run off track a little bit. That lap is invalidated. And as you can see there, the qualifying session is over. We are going to be starting way down on the grid there for tomorrow's race in P12 to be exact. And so far it appears that our Britannic curse is still well in effect here. This was not a qualifying session that I had hoped for. I thought we had the pace to do a lot better than this. We were fast in practice. And by the looks of it here, we should have been able to squeeze into the top 5 there at the very least. Anyway, not too much we can do about that. Getting ready for the start here. And at the very least, the weather is nice. We actually have 35 degrees centigrade here on track. So I don't think we're going to be using the weather as an excuse this year. All right, getting out of the gate here. People appear to be standing still right in front of us. We go down the inside of, I believe it was Christian Borgens there. We're up to P9 right now, chasing Sasha Schutz. Coming through turn 1 here, going to the outside and hopefully staying out of trouble here as we come into the left-hander here. Out on Starkey's Bridge, heading uphill ever so slightly as we come into McLean's, I believe it is, as we run a little bit off track there. Actually, I think I got this a little backwards. I believe this is McLean's, if I'm not much mistaken here. Anyway, still in P9 here, trying to chase down Peter Monroe, who's currently in P8, but running a little wide here through the right-hander. I'm not really sure what that turn is. I need to read up on that. And we lose 2 positions here to Bert Nienhuis, and I believe the other guy was it Christian Borgens or someone else there? It appears that... not really sure at this point. I was a little too busy just keeping the car on the road there. Anyway, down into P11 here, coming into the Melbourne hairpin. We're going to be taking the inside line here, trying to keep Anthony Lowe at bay there, taking away the inside line because, again, obviously, this being Project Cars and everything, you leave the inside line open and somebody's going to pounce on it there. Again, adapting the same strategy here, coming through turn 11, out on the finishing straight there. Lap 1 status, we gain 1 position over our starting position there, which was P12, as we are up into P11 here. Coming through turn 1, red gate. There's contact in front of us. Somebody running off track. Christian Borgens, I believe it was, running off track there as we are back up into P10, trying to chase down Bert Nienhuis. Jumping ahead to lap 3 here, coming through McLean's one more time here. We have Christian Borgens right on our exhaust and coming through turn 8 yet again here, running a little wide, losing 2 positions there. Christian Borgens going down the inside of us. Another car is going down the inside of us as well. Somebody's having a look here out on Starkey Straight, but we managed to keep them at bay here. And it appears that Anthony Lowe was the other car who just took advantage of our little bit of a mishap there. And that leaves us down into our starting position yet again here on lap 3 as we are back into P12. have to say, 3 laps in here, we are struggling to keep pace in this heavy car. So far, Donington is being Donington, really. Running a little wide here in turn 11 here. This is not going to be a very good exit here. Getting a bit of a notch from Javier Lopez, who is right behind us here. We're running neck and neck out on the main straight. Who's going to make it into red gate first? Are we going to be able to outbrake Javier Lopez here? Yes, we are indeed. Taking the inside line there, denying him the space. He has to run wide, over committing into the turn there as we remain in P12. And Javier Lopez lost all kinds of positions there, being way too aggressive. Should have hit the brakes there and just tucked in behind us there, but he did not do that. And we just continued on our line, meaning he had to go off track, and as such, ended up losing 3 or 4 positions. Anyway, we are trying to chase down P11 Anthony Lowell here, being chased by P13 Duncan O'Halloran. Skipping right ahead to lap 7 here, we are currently setting our fastest laps of the race here, but we are having trouble pulling away from Duncan O'Halloran, who is still in P13. As you can see, there's a whole line of cars there behind us, and also Anthony Lowell, who's currently in P11, is opening up quite a gap on us there. He's almost a full second faster per lap as we speak. Skipping right ahead to lap 9 here, we've been overtaken by Duncan O'Halloran, and as such are currently running in P13 here, but we're gonna have a look here coming down the main straight into red gate, see if we can't outbrake Duncan here coming into the turn. We make the move stick and we are back into P12. And I'm not really sure what exactly I need to do to start catching up to Anthony Lowell, who's about 7 seconds up the road right now. I put in my fastest laps of the race pretty much on every second lap at the moment, and still I am unable to close the gap here. Skipping ahead to lap 17 here, coming into the S's, we are finally starting to chew away on Anthony Lowell's lead there. He's only about 4 seconds up the road from us right now. Skipping on ahead to lap 21 here, we have finally caught up to Anthony Lowell. It appears that his tires are starting to go off the cliff here. He's dropping pace dramatically here. Coming into turn 8, we actually have to hit the brakes not to rear end him, and as such, end up losing the car almost coming out of the turn there. And also, we get the message here coming from the pits that we need to take care of our brakes, and I'm not sure what I need to do to take care of my brakes. I keep opening the brake duct as much as I possibly can here, but it appears that after patch 4, there's something else that you need to pay attention to here. I'd love to hear what it is. If somebody knows anything about that, please put it down in the comments field below there. Heading into red gate here, lap 23, we managed to squeeze down the inside of Anthony Lowell finally and are up into P11 here, only 1 place out of the points. Jumping to lap 27 here, just about halfway through the race here, we are finally seeing some pace out of this car here, so we are currently catching the AI by quite a margin here. We have closed the gap on Christian Borgens. I'm not sure who the guy ahead of him is at this moment here, but again, we need to back off here heading into turn 8. Do not want to lose the car like we did chasing down Anthony Lowell there. Heading out on Starkey Straight here, we just have a bit of a poor exit here. That's going to cost us some time here. Heading into the S's, a little late on the brakes here, almost making contact with Christian Borgens there and just clipping the curb, and again we experience a mechanical fault here. I'm not sure what that is. Time to head into the pits here, get that rectified, whatever it is. And by the looks of it here, if you look at the laps, it's also about time that we head in and make a pit stop there for fresh tires. And too bad there, we were just about catching up to the guys right ahead of us there. Hopefully this is not going to end up costing us in the long run, just like it did at Monza here. As we head into the pits, it appears that both Christian Borgens and Anthony Lowell, they're right behind us, are also coming in to make their pit stop. Tons of cars in the pits, so it appears that if we did have to have a mechanical fault, now was definitely the time to have it. So stroke of luck on our part there, if you can call having a mechanical fault a stroke of luck, I guess. Loads of cars coming out again here, and I kind of wonder how long we actually have to sit in here. Dirk Clapham coming in right ahead of us, and I haven't seen Christian Borgens or Anthony Lowe. Oh my God, almost crashing into somebody there. I haven't seen either car, both Anthony Lowe and Christian Borgens. I haven't seen either of them actually exit the pits here, but it appears that we are coming out in P11, which is the same place that we entered the pits in, so I'm not really sure. We'll probably know a lot more about that when we come around for another pass here off the pit lane, just to see who's in right now. And there are cars in the pits here as we jump up into P8 there. As you can see, Anthony Lowe is down in P9, so it appears that we actually managed to jump both him and Christian Borgens in the pits there. Very nice when they're pit crew. Jumping ahead to lap 40 here, 13 laps remaining in the race. We are still trying to chase down the P7 car, Sasha Schutz, a gap of about 11 seconds right now. The good news is we are opening up a gap down to Anthony Lowe of about 4 seconds here. He is still in P9. And at this point here, it appears that we are probably the fastest car on the track. We are chewing off about half a second there per lap at the moment here, and hopefully we're going to be able to maintain that, giving us a shot at P7 before the race is over. Jumping ahead to lap 47 here, coming through Red Gate one more time. We've chewed off an additional 6 seconds there of the gap to Sasha Schutz, and if this holds, we are going to be within striking distance on the very final lap of the race here. I don't think you can cut it much closer than this. Jumping ahead to lap 53 here, final lap of the race. We are right on the rear wing there of Sasha Schutz. If we are going to be making a move, it's going to have to be soon here. I don't think we are going to have that many opportunities. Maybe Starkey Strike breaking into the S's perhaps, but for now it's just a question of staying right on the exhaust of Sasha Schutz here and finding our time to strike and make it count when we have the chance here. And heading into turn 8, I'm not really sure what happens there, but Sasha Schutz, completely unmotivated there, seems to run off track. We, of course, take full advantage of that as we are into P7 here, heading into the S's. I don't think there's a chance that Sasha Schutz is going to come back and peck us there for P7, as there's quite a gap there, almost 3 seconds here. So, as you can see there, we were pretty much backing off the whole way there. We were about 3.5 seconds slower on this lap than on our fastest lap of the race here. So, like I said, I don't think you're going to be able to cut it much closer than this. About half a lap remaining of the race there, and Sasha Schutz makes a mistake. We take full advantage of that as we finish here in P7. And all things considered, I might not be too happy about this result, but given the fact that this is actually Donington, this is Great Britain, and we actually managed to finish a race in the points here, this is huge for me, guys. I'm telling you. Excellent. Anyway, Florian Maslach taking the win here today. Daniel Chernosky is in second, and Tim Allen is in third. And as you can see there, we actually did manage to put in the fastest lap of the race there. Championship standings, we are still leading there, 179 points. Sasha Schutz is in second, 92 points. Duncan O'Halloran is up into third with 82 points here. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to this channel for more Project Cars action in the future, and I'll be back soon enough. Bye-bye.